beginning rehearsal, we didn't know for sure that the little opera within an opera, the Orfeo story within the Carnaval de Venise of Campra, was in fact a parody, because there's nothing obvious about the words or music which tell you that it's supposed to be comical. But when we entered into it, we realized quite soon that there were things about it that didn't add up in a normal operatic way. In other words, things happen too fast. Orfeo comes on moaning about losing his Eurydice, and Plutone says, okay, well then have her back. And you just think, well, that happened way too fast. That didn't really take operatic time. And that gave us the clue that it was all a mockery of the overblown style of the Italians at that time. And so when we were able to enter into it with both feet, you could say, everybody had a wonderful time making fun of themselves and of the style.
And just precisely at this time, there were books written in France talking about how tasteless Italian opera performances were, how they overdid everything in the singing, in the acting. Everything was completely overdone, exaggerated, tasteless. And so we realized that that must be the purpose of this Orfeo in the middle of the Campra Carnaval de Venise, that it's the French poking fun at how the Italians overdid opera.
Opera loves parody. Opera itself is almost a parody of real life in a way. People sing instead of talking to make the things simpler. But I think what is fascinating is to see that the best subject for opera is obviously the story of a composer / poet, and Orpheus is this guy, and the power of art over death, which is of course so beautiful to consider. But it's also a subject which is easy to make fun of because of its, I would say, banality in a way. And therefore, when Campra and Rognard decided to parody an Italian opera, the subject was evident, certainly for them, that it should be the story of Orpheus.
I think that everybody likes to be in on the joke. And a lot of times in Baroque opera, you have these kind of obscure stories. You know, when Gilbert does his presentation at the beginning of the rehearsal period, he explains, of course, in this time, everybody would have understood that, the King of Spain had just married his daughter off to such and such. And I think a lot of Baroque plots are a little bit obscure for the modern audience. But of course, the story of Orpheus is a famous one. And everyone can look at that and say, I know why that's funny. And I think it makes it funnier for them.
It's unbelievable the amount of detail, and everybody sort of contributed to it with very precise it guided a viewer from one side to the other side of the stage. Wherever you looked, there was something to attach yourself to. It was fantastic.
I want to thank Gilbert too, because he gave us permission to take it further and when we were rehearsing all this commedia dell'arte like practice, and like Christian said, a lot of it came out of improvising. Like we kept a lot of the things that we just kind of happened upon. And I love that about this. And I think it added, and it allowed us to actually improvise in performance too, and still know what was going to go on.
I remember hearing from some audience members that they came multiple times, 2 or 3 times to see it, and they enjoyed seeing how much detail there was in the sort of offstage of the play within the theater. So, and I think this is one of those instances, Tess was just getting at that all the fun that we had in the rehearsal room really did translate to the stage and to the audience. There was riotous laughter pretty often in those performances.
It was so fun. I have to say it's one of my favorite things I've ever done with them, one of my favorite roles I've ever done on stage. It's not a big fancy part, it's unnamed, but it was such a fun role. The aria is really great, but Gilbert Blouin let us have so much fun with it. We didn't know the first day of rehearsal that we were going to be doing something super silly. So I just remember showing up and thinking, okay, we're just doing Orfeo. We know how to do that. We've done Orfeo a few times now. But no, that we were doing, the hyper extreme version of whatever stereotypical opera singer you want to think. We got to go beyond and be super silly. And when you're with colleagues that you've worked with for so long, you get to try lots of different things and feel comfortable and have a lot of fun with it. I had a blast, I really did.
On est le peuple une fête galante, où d'Orfeo son frère on chante la descente. Un bal pompeux doit suivre ses plaisirs, le tumulte et la nuit serviront nos désirs. Je vais dans ce lieu vous attendre, j'ai soin par mes soins, en ton doit se rendre. Pour nous porter à des climats plus doux, où nous pourrons braver les fureurs des jaloux. Écoutez les douceurs de l'hymen plus tendre.
Allarmi, allarmi, allarmi.
porta l'insolente al dispetto della sorte passa vivo nel regno della morte per
Troppo da te si prega, ma se amor ne vuol Pluto
nega. Ma con tal patto che non mi riordice sin al regno del giorno e il farco ti sia fatto.
No. Ancora!
Mi scusi.
Poche.
Il riso
riso che diletto, quel riso che diletto, quel sguardo che ho letto, al volto insegnati, al volto insegnati, insegnati, al volto Vezzi, lusinghi, ministri di beltà, ministri di beltà, vecchiano, vedete, vedete, vecchiano,
decreto mio violasti la fe, qui rimanga Euridice. Su, un diligente stuol, porti quel perfido a rivedere il sol, così Plutono. Oh, Rica, oh, crudeltà!
non piangere, cessi il cordoglio, cessi il cordoglio, cessi il cordoglio, cessi il cordoglio. Non si può frangere, non si può frangere, con pianti e gemiti un cor di scoglio. Non si può frangere, non si può frangere, con pianti e gemiti un cor di scoglio. No, 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 non si può frangere, con pianti e gemiti un cor di scoglio. Un cor di scoglio. Ma per fugar sua noia, spiriti d'averno, mostrate la gioia.
canti, si coda, si fatti, si rida. Si canti, si coda, si fatti, si rida. Si canti, si coda, si fatti, si rida. Non si parli di dolor, dove splende la pace d'amor, dove splende la pace d'amor. Non si parli di dolor, non si parli di dolor, dove splende la pace d'amor, dove splende la pace d'amor, la pace d'amor, dove splende la pace d'amor. Si canti, si coda, si parli, si rida, si canti, si coda, si parli, si rida.